Hey everyone, Chris at Torque King here. Today we're going to go over a 271D Dodge transfer case. This was for a 29 spline input for a manual transmission. It's for 2003 to 2012 Dodge pickups, and it was a slip yoke rear, not a fixed yoke like is on the 44 and 4500s, otherwise the same transfer case. This same transfer case is used by Ford. Their version is a 271F or a 273F. The 271s are a manual shift, 273s are an electric shift transfer case. But most of the internals are the same stuff. So we started tearing this down a little bit already. Might have a little bit of video on some of that. We've got a couple of pieces off. This transmission, transfer case, it keeps saying transmission. This was damaged in shipping, and so we can't sell it as new anymore with that damage. So we're gonna get all the rest of the good parts out of it, sell those as new takeout parts, and continue on with this teardown. We got a couple of these that we're gonna do. We might end up with another shoot on another part of these in the future. Not gonna talk through as much on this one as I have on some other teardowns, but if you've got a question about any of these parts, you need some of these parts, give us a call, check the links down in the description below, and we'll do what we can to help you out. This case shares a lot of common parts with the Ford 271 and 273, and with the General Motors 273 transfer case. It came in the Kodiaks and top kick trucks, and their version is a divorced transfer case in those Kodiaks and top kicks. And we have the parts to convert one of these 271Ds or 273D or the Fords the same way to that divorce case. For guys that want to use a different transmission than what your vehicle came with. Just going to get the crud dusted off there most of the way and split this case open. All right, it's going to take a little more than that. Went for the heavy tools. All right, she popped. Let's see if I can stand this up. Not really well. All right. That's what these tabs are here for. They're meant to have a spreader in there. I don't currently have a spreader to do that. But because this case is damaged here already, I'm not worried about destroying the case. I just want to not destroy whatever else is inside there while I'm using this. Just about got that hose out of the pump. There we go. There's our good pump. Still all brand new seals. Everything inside the case looking good here. Next thing we're going for is a lock ring plier. What we have here is our drive and driven sprocket. And in these 271, 273 transfer cases, these sprockets are identical. The difference is where they mount on that splined internal circumference is the drive side and driven side. They're made the same way. And so these identical brand new sprockets, we're going to have a few more of these that are new takeouts, and we'll have a product highlight on those coming soon. This is our main shaft for the 271, for the 271 Dodge specifically, and we can tear that down a little bit further, but I think we're going to do that in a better teardown video on this. As I said, this is the quick and dirty version. So I'm going to leave that for the most part intact. I'm going to get all the parts out of here that I need. This is our shift collar and shift fork to go from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. That's called our mode collar and mode shifter. The next one we've got in here is our range fork with our range collar. See if I can get that without tearing it all out. May not want to cooperate. Okay, we'll get the shift lever loose. And that's going to be a little snug. There's my mallet. Hit it with the swing press. Pressed right off. All right. Now, these 271 and 273 transfer cases are very similar, and what we're checking on very soon is a conversion to go from the electric shift to a manual shift, because there are several people that I've seen in some forums that I go check out. I'm sure somebody out there watching has been to a few four-wheel drive forums, and people are often asking, at least where I go, can you switch the electric shift to a manual shift? And it can be done. And there's more than one way to do it. There's some people that have welded right onto the shaft, sticking out of their electric shift transfer case. I don't recommend that. That would melt your seals. Lots of bad news. You can shift, you can put the proper sector cam, which is what I'm working on getting out right now, into your transfer case that will allow you to make it a manual shift transfer case. There's a couple other pieces that need to be included, but we'll get to that in a minute too. All right, let's see if we can get this out here. Well, that really just doesn't want to go. This poppet right here holds a spring, and it's a poppet plug, I should say. Holds a spring, and the poppet that is the detent on our shift cam holds it in place between 2 high, neutral, 4 high, 4 low, all of those. So there's our poppet plug and spring. And aside from just the parts that we're seeing here today, these new takeout parts, we also have these parts brand new. We do from time to time have some used parts on this particular transfer case. But now with that out of the way, when I tip this over, there'll be a little bullet point piece of steel that falls out of there. That's the actual poppet itself. It might fall out, it might stay. There it is, came right out. And you can see it's hollow on the inside there for the spring to fit into, and then smooth on that side where it needs to run up against the shift sector cam. All right, try once more. If we can move this to a better spot. There we go. I just had to wiggle it. Probably would have come out earlier if I had tried a little longer. Okay, so this part right here is our range hub, and that's selecting between high range and low range. That's what you're looking at there. And our range fork. Set those aside. Next, we've got our Planetary gear set in there. And I think before I can take that out, I might need to take another lock ring out. We'll see. I'm going to try it as is. Oh, that one went beautifully. Let's see if she wants to drop right out. Nope. All right. So I'm gonna have to destroy the seal at the front of the case. This is all gonna pour out when I tip it over. I'm just trying to minimize my mess on the floor. All right, I'm gonna use the swing press and this seal remover to get this seal out of here. Go at her again. There we go. So I'm going to show you this down inside here. That lock ring is holding this assembly in. This is our input shaft, also called an input gear, and it's also holding the rest of the Planetary set in there. So when I take this lock ring loose, that whole set is going to want to fall right out of there. And so I put a little block of wood under there to try and minimize the bang and clang and keep from damaging the part. Oh, another fighting snapper lock ring. Well, of course I set them close and then everything goes slippy slippy. There we go. No, I haven't. Once more into the breach. You motherless goat. You ugly wart from a salamander's tongue. A pox on your firstborn, you. Okay, there we go. Sprung to the point of no return on that lock ring. There we are. Really fantastically stuck.
Never, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate underestimate my power. Don't try it.
Get some help.
All right, I know that looks terrible and destructive. Absolutely no damage has befallen this lovely little thing. What we have here is the rest of that. You can see this input gear, input shaft, all right, and our 6-pinion Planetary. This 6-pinion Planetary has been used by New Process, New Venture, now Magna, all the way back to the NP231 transfer cases. So there's a whole bunch of transfer cases that use this same Planetary. There are 2 versions of it. There's a wide tooth and a narrow tooth, and that's referring to the size of those teeth right there. And so I don't tell you the wrong one right now. I'll make sure I get that right in a future video. The point being, with the right input shaft gear that fits in this 6-pinion Planetary, we can make that divorced transfer case setup work in a lot of different transfer cases, not just this 271 and 273. One more. I think my gloves seen better days. All right, let's lift that right on out of there. And that's the rest of the inside. This is where the range collar slips into. I'll show you there. When it's in one position, we're spinning free, and when it's in the other position, we start to spin the shaft in a different ratio. So this piece, that input shaft, there are several different versions of the input shafts. There's 23 and 29 spline for Dodge. Ford has a 31 and a 34 spline in their same 271, 273 transfer cases. There's several other versions. There's 32, there's 27, there's a lot of different spline counts for the input shaft, which is why with the proper input shaft, whichever you might have in your transfer case and this Planetary set, we can make that divorce case setup work. I know I've talked a lot about it. I'm pretty excited about it. We're gonna make it happen. All right, so I'm just getting that thrust washer out of there. And there's another thrust washer sitting there on top of that input gear. So I'll just put that with the other one there. And I've got the pieces that I was going for today. I've got my sprockets that I had a customer order. I've got this custom pinion that's gonna go out today. Not custom pinion, but new takeout piston that's gonna go out to them. And I needed a rebuild kit for their transfer case as well. So we'll get that out to them. And that's pretty much gonna wrap us up for today. So like I said before, not as much description in this. If you've got some questions on this, please give us a chance to answer them. Send it down in our description below, ask in the comment section. Shoot us up on the web, give us a call. If you need to get your transfer case fixed, we've got parts to help you out. We're glad to do that for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.